So that ending of Sailor Moon Crystal just confirmed that either A, Mamo has a double, or B, that is Mamo in the future, and Chibi Usa is the child of Usagi and Mamo. So, that's what I'm assuming with that ending, because, like I said, I highly doubt that person is either, like a clone, or, like a double of Mamo. I mean, it's kind of obvious now after looking at this episode that maybe Chibi Usa is the daughter of Usagi and Mamo, or it could be possible, which I've seen done before in anime and games and stuff like that, maybe, just maybe, that white-coated Mamo we saw might be like a descendant or a child of Mamo way down the line. I mean, possibility. I have no idea, but we'll just have to see. So the thing is, with this episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, it kind of clarifies or kind of just starts to tie the knot on the theories of Chibi Usa and kind of lets us know who she is, where she came from, and getting to see the world and why she is like she is through the journey of this arc. So we get a perspective of Chibi Usa's world in this episode, and my first impressions of the world: it's a pile of shit. Like, oh my god, the 30th century is dark, gloomy, there's like not a soul around. You see people dead in the street, petrified, and I mean, it just looks like it's apocalypse. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like everybody just died, nobody's around, and Chibi Usa's by herself wandering the streets. And I mean, if you think about it, a child of her age by herself looking at like dead corpses like that walking through the streets, that's pretty grim. That's quite grim, I mean, if you think about it. And that was kind of shocking to see something like that in Sailor Moon, because, I mean, Sailor Moon has shown these darker elements, yes, but to see that type of side of the anime, I'm like, yo, I'm looking forward to seeing if the series gets any darker, just to see how that was done in this episode. And, oh yes, one thing that's clarified is that Chibi Usa is actually a time traveler, and along with that, you have it to where the other organization, Black Moon, also is aware of time travel. So they're time traveling too, or they're being able to detect, time travel, time quakes, and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how Black Moon is able to go back and forth between the time, because the Sailor Guardian that was protecting the door between time itself, Sailor Pluto, she has been guarding it, and so the only way to get past through the timelines is, I guess, go for her, or unless they found a back door and they can slip around that's the only way I can assume they're able to go between the times, because they constantly send guys back to the past, like to the 21st century, even though they're from the 30th century. That brings up an interesting question, actually. This kind of puts a hole in my theory about Chibi Usa being the daughter of that other Momo, or the white tuxedo mask. The reason why I'm saying that is because they're from the 30th century. 30th century. That's fucking ridiculously long. And, we're from the 21st century. Usagi and Mamo is from the 21st century. So that's a massive ass time gap right there. Like, oh shit. So, either A, Usagi learned the power of immortality, and Mamo did too, or B, just very, very lucky people got back together again, or maybe it's possible they got reincarnated, actually, if I think about it. I mean, the reincarnation hasn't fully been explained completely, like, it hasn't really been dived into completely, like, complex and fleshed out, so maybe those two are reincarnated. That's a possibility also, so we'll have to see on that one. But anyways, getting back on topic, the episode overall, it was a good episode. Like I said, it set up a lot of things. It shows us the world of Chibi Usa. Black Moon is on the move. They're realizing that time quakes, can be sensed, like they were sensing time quakes that Chibi Usa was using. Sailor Pluto was introduced, and it makes me think that there is other Sailor Guardians, because for there to be a Sailor Pluto, there has to be an in-between, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. I wonder if they skipped, Sailor Uranus, because, I mean, that's just, like, seriously, who wants to be called, like, Sailor Uranus? I mean, who wants to be called that? Nobody. So, point is I wonder if there is other Sailor Guardians, because for there to be a Pluto, I'm willing to bet there's some in between, so, I wonder. I mean, maybe they're somewhere else. Maybe they're also kind of like Sailor Pluto. Maybe they're guarding something and they can't, leave. Like, how Sailor Pluto's guarding time and space. Maybe Sailor Saturn and Jupiter guarding Saturn and Jupiter. I don't fucking know. I mean, we know that there's aliens in the series because Black Moon's on another planet, so like it's safe to assume that there's other planets maybe that support life and stuff like that. So it's possible Sailor, Jupiter, and Saturn or Uranus could be on other planets. Now, that's pretty much it. I mean, episode's good, pacing is great, artwork looks good, music is good. I mean, not much to really say. I mean, it's a great episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, so tell me your thoughts. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.